Hello, it's me again, Nicole with Evolved Women's Health, and today I want to talk a little bit more about heavy lifting. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the most important thing women can do for their health and fitness as they age. And you know what? The science backs me up. Ooh, I've got a frog. Anyway, so what we need to do is be lifting what is about 80% of our 1 rep max. I think I've talked about this before. So if what that means is your 1 rep max is the heaviest you can lift one time. Okay, it's so heavy you cannot possibly lift that again. That's the 1 rep max. We need to be regularly lifting 80% of that. Okay, that's a tall order. And so because that is a tall order, I always advocate for beginning your weightlifting journey very, very small, very simple, very light. And then as your technique improves, you gradually increase to that heavy weight, preferably under the watchful eye of a personal trainer. The thing to remember is that the lightweight calisthenics, the body weight, the small dumbbells, those are the start of the journey. They are not the end goal. The end goal is a lifting platform underneath a barbell so that when you are 90, you are still kicking ass. So that when you are 50, you are still able to go on hikes or travel or not be worried about falling on the ground. There are some other benefits with weightlifting, and I'm going to read. I have a list. I'm going to read it because I have a really hard time remembering all of this stuff, and my videos would take forever if I tried to remember my script. So here we go. Okay, so obviously it preserves and builds muscle that naturally declines with age. We start losing muscle mass and strength at age 35, ladies. It is not a 60-year-old's problem. It starts at 35. It protects bones and reduces the risk of osteoporosis. Something else that starts at about 35. We begin losing bone mineral density at about 35 years old. Get under a barbell to protect those bones. It supports metabolism and healthy weight management. So one of the things that hits in middle age is insulin resistance. I've talked about that before. Nothing is better for insulin resistance than having a lot of muscle. Muscle acts like a sponge and it soaks up that glucose, it soaks up that insulin, and your resistance goes down because your body is using it. It also improves joint stability and daily function. So when life starts getting hard, when you start having trouble getting up and down from the floor or out of bed or off of the couch, that is your sign that it is time to start lifting heavy. Nothing will keep you safer than high amounts of muscle mass. I promise. I'm 41. I do CrossFit. I fall a ridiculous amount. Like seriously, like how many but you know what? I bounce right back up and I'm really just irritated that I missed a rep. Muscle mass is protective and it stabilizes your joints and it will help with joint pain. So, if nothing else, I hope you take away from this the importance of weightlifting and that you start the journey. You can start it with a few videos until you're ready to move into something heavier. When you are ready to move to something heavier, please go ahead and find a well-qualified personal trainer in your area to help teach you the technique that will keep you safe. And remember, it's not a forever thing. If your trainer's good at what they do, they teach you what you need to know, and then you can go off on your own. Maybe check in every once in a while. Okay, that's it. Bye.